Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. It is your girl Magic, and today we're going to be talking about the Mercury retrograde that is upon us. So, Mercury retrograde starts January the 14th in Capricorn energy and then transitions into Aquarius energy on January the 19th. And be mindful that Venus is still in retrograde. So, traditionally, Mercury talks about communication and anything along those lines. Now, communication could be verbal communication, it could be communication through social media, it could be nonverbal communication, such as body language, eye contact, vibration, frequency, communication through the senses like touch, taste, hearing, smell. I don't know if I'm missing something else. Communication between our higher self and our intuition. Um, you know, Communication can also deal with traveling, it can deal with time, it can deal with contracts. Anything of that nature, that is what Mercury it tends to embody, right? And then Mercury retrograde seems to be anything that can go awry with those things, like, um, you know, having issues with traveling, having a hard time communicating with other people, having a hard time understanding other people, um, you know, not having things being grounded or things lasting, signing contracts and them not, coming to fruition or, lasting throughout its term. Um, Mishaps in relationships, regardless if those are friendships, family ships, work related, romantic relationships or anything like that. Like stuff like that, anything that could possibly go awry, that's traditionally what we think about Mercury retrograde, right? But with the energy of Aquarius and Capricorn, it just feels like this is a time where we have to be mindful and bring the focus back onto ourselves and what our visions are for ourselves and what our beliefs are for ourselves. Capricorn being the type of energy that really has a stable foundation and knows how to build something up to where it is fruitful, it is tangible, because not only does Capricorn have the logic, but they also are able to blend their logic with intuition. They have that foresight of seeing, what could possibly happen in the future and how to, prevent that from happening. Then you have the Aquarius energy that is very independent. They stand for what they believe in, and they truly, like people to be around them, but it has to be the right people. It has to be the people that hold their vision. It has to be the people that are going in the same direction that they are going into. And the combination of those two energies is that you want to be stable and you want people around you who are going to be stable, and you want people around you who are going to hold the type of vision and beliefs that you have for yourself. And this may be a time where you feel yourself outgrowing those people or having miscommunications with other people, like your beliefs conflicting with other people's beliefs. And this is going to be a time where you reevaluate, well, is this relationship, or is this, connection that I have with this person worth it? Is it jeopardizing who I am individually? Is it jeopardizing my freedom to grow as an individual and express myself the way that I want to? Capricorn also has like this tendency to really like want to do things themselves as well and not really incorporate other people into it. You might be faced with the need to reevaluate that. Maybe not be afraid to let other people help you and learn how to delegate some of these tasks that you feel that only you can fulfill the right way. delegate those to people that are around you that have the same mindset, that have the same vision. Like, I feel like this, this retrograde is all about being able to communicate who you are authentically and not be able or not jeopardize that. You know what I mean? And to surround yourself with people who embody that same energy or who support you in you being you, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I'm gonna get into the tarot card portion of it. I did pull some cards for the sake of time prior, and then I'll pull some from the actual tarot deck. So the first one, we have this heartache and loss, this trapped in fear, new beginnings, and this solar plexus energy. And funny enough, you have this heartache and loss, and then you have this solar plexus and energy. And this is like the beginning, and this is kind of like the end of the 4 cards that I pulled. And the solar plexus energy is kind of like right below the rib cage, right where the navel is, and that speaks upon intuition. And this heartache and loss, when it comes to being authentically yourself, and standing in whatever it is that you believe in, sometimes we just have to let the connections that we've had in the past that got us to where we are or who we are today, sometimes we have to let that go or let those people go. And there's nothing wrong with that. And with that comes heartache and loss. You know what I mean? It's like, you have this connection with these people because you've built a history with these people. Like, you've endured life with these people. And it's always hard to let those connections go because you partially feel like you owe them something, or vice versa, or they owe you something. And when you disconnect yourself from those type of relationships, it can feel like heartache and loss. But heartache and loss doesn't come without something better, right? Because there's always like that duality of life, but that's a whole nother topic, right? And the only reason why we feel this heartache and loss is because we're looking at the things that that are leaving and that are departing our lives. We never look at the things that are gonna walk in once we kind of separate ourselves from old dead energy. And then so you have this trapped in fear, right? So you also have like this sun that's beaming, this outward energy, and it almost kind of looks like this solar plexus energy. This solar plexus energy is all about intuition. And if you have a vision and your intuition is leading you in a certain direction to where the past can't go with you, you can feel like you're kind of trapped and stuck between 2 different worlds. Like, do I go or do I stay? Do I keep connected with these people, or do I move on to something better? Or is there something better? You know what I mean? It's like always like this mental conflict that we always go through. But once we get past that and we look at what else is out there, or what spirit is offering us, or what the world has to offer, then we can tap into our intuition. And our intuition is what gives us our direction to, the next step, which is new beginnings. Like, the world literally is your oyster. Once you release things that no longer define who you are as a person right now, and release those people who don't support you and for who you are, you know what I mean, who you become and where you're trying to go. Once you let those people go, then you can then open yourself up to have better. I don't know. It's always hard going through those things, but only you know where this applies. And this can apply at any aspect of your life, you know, whether it is a relationship, whether it is a friendship, or between you and a family member, or whether it is to stay or leave work, whether it is to stay or move to a different state or move to a different place, or if whether it's to start a new endeavor, you know, all of that. It's all about choices. It's all about figuring out where you want to go with all of this. And this is what this Mercury retrograde is about, you know, communicating with yourself, having an open communication with yourself, and really connecting your logic with your intuition, because those two go together. That's what kind of makes us kind of like human beings. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. So I pulled this from my own deck that I made. It says, live life with no regrets. I mean, that's all we can do, right? Take risks. Sometimes we have to take risks. And that's another thing about Capricorn energy is Capricorns want to make sure they nail it on the head. You know, they don't have time for risk. They want to make sure that whatever they do is going to work out. You know, yeah, whatever they do is going to work out. And if that doesn't work out, there's going to be a plan B and a plan C. And one of those plans is going to work out. But sometimes we just have to move and live life with no regrets. Sometimes we have to listen to our intuition and just take that next step, because sometimes we can't always think about things logically. That's just not how life works. And that's on period. Okay. And then everybody got choices. Everybody got choices. Like I said, you can stay where you at, or you can use this time to reevaluate where you are. Is it working? And is it going to take you to the next step? Is it going to propel you to wherever it is that you're trying to go in life? All right. I hope I'm making sense. I don't want to just be rambling for nothing. Okay. Spirit, just give me 3 cards that describe more than 3 cards that describes this Mercury retrograde. Okay. That's so funny though, right? So I have the source. The source is you. The source is what is within you. Okay, the source is that God space, that intuition, that thing that gives you the next step. Like I should go left, or I should go right, or I should go to this place instead of that place. It's basically your intuition. Okay, the source, that is what gives you your drive, and that is what gives you your why. So this is something that you should be focused on during this, you know, retrograde. So you have the source. Then you have guidance. Okay. I mean, y'all saw me shuffle these cards. And then you have sorrow. Here's that other sorrow card, right? Heartache and losses. You know, sometimes we just got to let go of things that we don't really want to let go of. And usually when we let go of things, something better comes in. We have change. That's that new beginning card. That's that new beginning card that we have here. Once you let go of stuff that don't serve you, that's holding you back from your truth and your purpose and your vision, then you can move on to the next step. You can have change. Things will start to move in the right direction. Opportunities will start coming into you, or coming to you. And then you can have those new beginnings. But you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight your inner voice, because when you do that, you miss out on opportunities. You see this burden card here? Letting go of things that do not serve you. That's all that is. Participation. Surround yourself with people who hold the same vision as you. Surround yourself with people who have the same belief as you. Because once you surround yourself with those type of people, these will be the ones that help you to level up. that help you to have that glow up that you're looking for. Tuning in. Turning in. Sorry. Turning in, tuning in. Turning in. Like, this is the time where you need to, turn inwards and figure out what the hell he wants to do. Like, I don't want to keep repeating myself. You have the Master card. To me, that's like balancing logic with intuition, but also like having your crown chakra open up to where you're like communicating with, higher beings. Like, it's just like an alignment of, okay, I am present and aware, and I am accepting all like the synchronicities, all the directions, and all that jazz that's been being given to me so I can move forward. Then you have maturity. It takes maturity, and this is like a growing process. That's what the Mercury retrograde is really about. It's a maturing and growing process. You can use it as that, or you can, ignore the energy or ignore, the opportunity to grow. The rebel, and you see the chains. This is breaking out of the things that you normally do. Breaking away from the things that you normally do. The routine or what people normally expect of you. And then you have this stress card. Like, don't nobody got time to be walking around on eggshells around people, and once you break away from what people want you to do or what they expect you to do or what people require you to do, a lot of that stress and that burden go away. When you listen to your inner voice, right? And you're fully aligned and you're tuning in. I'm going to pull like 3 more cards from this tarot deck because I don't want to keep repeating myself because it sounds like the same thing. I may do individual, for the signs, I may do individual Mercury retrograde readings for, all the signs. It just depends if I have the time to do so. All right. Okay, so we have judgment. Judgment is always about making choices. Judgment to me, it could be about making choices, or it could be about making choices of things that are already present in your life or reoccurrent situations. So this calls you to reevaluate reoccurrent situations that keep coming up in your life. Are these things that, are of your highest good? Are these things that are going to propel you to the next step? Like, this is something that you have to take the time. This is that Hermit card, going on your own, going within inside yourself, for a second, for a minute, just being able to breathe and listen to your own thoughts and figure out what choices do you want to make in your life? What is it that you want to do different? Because there are going to be things that keep coming up, that probably aren't for your highest good, which is this 7 of Swords back here. Okay, you might have people coming in your life that don't have your best interests at heart. And these people probably keep reoccurring for a reason, until you really kind of bury that with that Judgment card. Really bury that, then you're going to have to keep dealing with this same type of energy. So, and this is an opportunity to communicate your thoughts and be true to yourself and express those to other people. And if that means closing the door on them and making the final judgment call on them, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, you have to be this 6 of Wands. You have to protect your nest. Your nest is yourself. I don't want to keep repeating myself. But anyway, that's what I see for the Mercury retrograde that's coming up. If you guys like this, comment, subscribe. I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later.